Hi there. Algorand is up by about 5.5% today, and as of this week, it's up by 2.5% in total. It looks to me it's setting a short-term bottom around the orange key level of 0.095. So let's take a deeper look and see what the whales are doing and where they are potentially letting Algorand get to. If you're new to my session, I'll cover the Wyckoff stage, trend change risk, as well as key price levels. These are education content, not financial advice. The weekly chart of Algorand is showing us 2 consecutive weeks that the candles are closing right above the orange key level that I mentioned in the very beginning. It is also where the 2 weeks ago where the price was tested. And if you look further back in time, this was exactly where the October 2023 level that it bottoms out. Okay, that accumulation cycle tested the red key level. However, very similar to what happened last week and this week, those were mostly the wicks. Okay, if I enlarge it, you can clearly see those were mostly the wicks, not that the price closed for a very long time below the orange key level. This time, it looks very similar. Okay, so that's the very important information we're getting from the last 2 weeks price actions. It may bounce between the orange key level and the yellow key level of 0.11 for a couple of more weeks, like what happened over here, before it eventually goes to test the higher levels. Of course, the very key level over here is not the green, but the light blue key level of 136, because that's where the initial bounce happened. Okay, so if it really successfully passes through that particular key level, the next one, other than the purple of 0.159, where the panic over stage bottomed at, what we want to see is the other light blue key level of 0.24. If you have been with me for a while, you know the reason, because that's where the trading range top was set during the automatic rally stage. All right, so that's what we need to get a confirmation that people are willing to come back to this game, okay, to riskier assets. And also, that doesn't mean the price, after hitting or showing us the sign of strength, it doesn't mean the price won't come back down to test the lower levels. Okay, look at what happened back in the previous cycles, or in other coins, you can clearly see, even after setting the bottom, and then it bounces up, it can still come back down to very deep level where the whales, for the one last time, check out the paper hands, and then whatever gets in during that dip may reap the final benefit to the distribution. However, catching the falling knives may not be the best strategy, as you can see. Okay, it can go deeper, 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 and deeper. However, catching the rising rocket may, however, it's not just catching that, but also setting a stop loss along the way. Keep adjusting it. Don't leave it open, because you never know for how many rounds the whales are going to test everybody. Okay, so this is what we need to see to get confirmation that the risk on mode is back. So if you decide to ride this potential run, already mentioned, always set your sizing right and set your stop loss. These pullbacks, or like these sideways trading, may still happen. If good news comes in, obviously that's the moment to challenge this level. But if no bad news, no good news, range bound is still the thing to expect. If we go to the daily chart, we can see clearer what actually has been happening over the past week. Okay? The price came down to test the red key level for 2 days. At one point, it went even lower than 0.087 red key level. And then immediately the bulls push it back to above the orange key level of 0.095, just to come back down for 5 days run, and then the bulls are pushing it back up again. So we talk about this 14th of Feb date, and we are already there. And it's going to be a very stretched target if it is going to break out today. So it's likely going to miss this opportunity to confirm the breakout of the downward channel. The next would be the 28th of this month, and eventually the 7th of March. So like I said, if it really range bound, by the time we get closer to the end of this month or early next month, the confirmation of the downtrend that has started since July last year will finally come. Okay, we're getting very close. The price has been trading at the strongest side of the channel since right after Christmas. Okay, it's a little bit of positive sign over here. I hope that it really is going to realize and confirm to everybody this downtrend is finally over after over half a year. If you're interested to get access to these sessions 2 days earlier than the others, join the channel membership now. Here's another video for you. Thank you.